Caught in a fiery clash of titans, today's tale dives deep into the intense rivalry between football legends Pep Guardiola and Yaya Touré. From their Barcelona beginnings to their controversial Manchester City days, discover the secrets and scandals that fueled one of the most gripping dramas in modern football. On one side, we have Pep Guardiola. He's the coach who won it all, from La Liga to the Premier League, and let's not forget those Champions League trophies. And on the other side, we have Yaya Touré, a player who could boss the midfield like nobody else. So where did the tension start brewing? Before we begin, let's get into the spicy details of the Pep Guardiola and Yaya Touré drama. It started back in their Barcelona days, and things really hit the fan during their time at Manchester City. Touré joined Barcelona in 2007, but Pep came in and preferred Sergio Busquets in midfield, pushing Touré aside despite his amazing performances. Fast forward to 2010, Touré moved to Manchester City looking for a fresh start, but Pep followed and the drama continued. Things got even messier with the accusations of cruelty and racial bias. In the end, Touré left City feeling unappreciated and disrespected, proving that relationships can be as complicated as a soap opera, even in football. Now, do you want to know what really set the stage for this epic clash? Let's take a trip back to the early days of Touré and Pep's rocky relationship. Touré joined the Spanish Giants in 2007 for a cool $10.8 million and hit the ground running. His official debut came on August 26, 2007 in the La Liga season opener against Racing de Santander. Touré was quick to make an impact, and just a week later, on September 2, he scored his first goal for Barca in a 3-1 victory over Athletic Bilbao. He was new to the team and already playing an important role in such high-stakes games. He made his first UEFA Champions League appearance for Barcelona in a quarter-final match against Schalke 04, helping the team secure a 2-0 victory and a spot in the semi-finals. Everything was looking bright for Touré in Barcelona. But then came Pep Guardiola in 2008, and things took a turn. Pep had his own vision for the team, and unfortunately for Touré, that vision prominently featured another Barcelona player, Sergio Busquets, in the midfield. Now, here's the thing. Pep had been the B-team manager and knew exactly what Busquets could do, trusting him right from the start. Compared to Busquets, Touré was more of a box-to-box player, so Pep preferred the emerging Busquets, which led to Touré playing centre-back during the Champions League final victory. Moving forward to 2010, Touré decided he'd had enough. He swapped the home of Barcelona, Camp Nou, for the Etihad, joining Manchester City in a €30 million deal. But why did he leave? According to Touré, it was Pep's doing. He felt ignored and sidelined, saying that Pep didn't have faith in him and didn't communicate properly. Touré revealed that Pep pretty much ignored him till the City offer came in. On the flip side, Pep had his own story. He claimed he and the club tried everything to keep Touré, even saying his doors were always open for players. So, who's telling the truth? It's hard to say, and maybe we'll never know the full story. But one thing's for sure, the relationship was strained, and Touré's love for Barcelona wasn't enough to keep him there. Touré's move to Manchester City wasn't just about escaping Pep's shadow, though. Plenty of perks were waiting for him at City. A decent wage, regular first-team football, and the chance to play alongside his brother, Kolo Touré. Plus, City's former chief executive, Gary Cook, promised Touré he'd become a legend at the Etihad. And did he deliver? Touré's change was amazing. He went from a minor player at Barcelona to a star midfielder at Manchester City. But let's not forget, while Touré thrived at City, Barcelona felt the sting of his departure. Incoming Barcelona president Sandro Rosell was happy to balance the books with the €30 million deal, but losing Touré, especially when his replacements didn't quite hit the mark, was a big blow. But what really went down when Pep and Touré crossed paths again at Man City? Let's find out. Touré's journey at Man City before Pep entered the scene was amazing. He made his debut on August 14 in a 0-0 draw against Tottenham. Just a week later, he dazzled in a 3-0 win over Liverpool. Touré quickly showed his attacking strength, scoring his first City goal on September 19 against Wigan Athletic. Under City's manager, Roberto Mancini, Toure delivered spectacular performances. He scored a stunning goal against West Ham in December and another beauty against Wolves in January 2011. Toure continued to shine in Europe and the FA Cup, scoring crucial goals that ended City's 35-year trophy drought. The 2011-2012 season was even better, with Toure setting Premier League passing records and playing a key role in City's dramatic title win. His brace against Newcastle and assist in the title-deciding game against QPR were equally intense. Toure's transformation into a box-to-box powerhouse made him a City legend and one of the best midfielders in the world. Then comes the plot twist. The football mastermind Pep Guardiola gets signed as the next manager of the Sky Blues. Pep, the legend behind Barcelona's tiki-taka magic and Bayern Munich's domination, found his way to Manchester for the 2016-17 Premier League season. But how did Toure take this news? Just while his career at Man City was reaching new heights, Pep entered the scene and rekindled old clashes, making Toure doubtful. In an interview, Toure revealed that he does not trust Pep after what happened in Barcelona, and Toure was not wrong to have his share of doubts. In September 2016, Pep Guardiola dropped a bombshell. Toure had been left out of Manchester City's Champions League squad. One of City's biggest stars wasn't getting a ticket to Europe's biggest stage. Here's the thing. Toure had only featured once under Pep that season, in a virtually meaningless game against Steaua Bucharest. City had already smashed them 5-0 in the first leg, so the second leg was more like a formality. Still, Toure got some playtime, but clearly it wasn't enough to impress Pep. Meanwhile, summer signings Leroy Sané and Ilkay Gundogan made the cut for the Champions League squad despite being sidelined with injuries. This move sparked plenty of conversations. Was it a strategic decision, a personal grudge, or simply a case of tough love from a manager? Whatever the reason, it marked the beginning of the end for Toure's time at City. More drama unfolded as Toure's agent, Dimitri Seluk, was unhappy about Pep's bold move. In fact, Seluk went on a public rant, questioning Pep's decision and calling it humiliating for a great player like Toure. So how did Pep react to this? Seluk's fiery comments didn't sit well with him. Before the EFL Cup tie against Swansea City, Pep dropped news of his own. Toure wouldn't play for City again unless his agent apologised. Pep explained his decision, stating that leaving Toure out of the squad was tough, but Seluk's comments crossed the line. Pep emphasised the need for respect and proper communication. Pep even drew a parallel to his own playing days, saying he couldn't imagine his agent speaking out against his manager, Johan Cruyff, like that. But Seluk wasn't about to apologise. Instead, he doubled down, stating that if Pep Guardiola wants a war, then he can have one. He accused Pep of being vindictive and said Pep didn't want players with personality, just those who were scared of him. Seluk also took shots at Pep's past decisions, mentioning how he pushed out big personalities like Joe Hart and even referenced his time at Barcelona, forcing out stars like Samuel Eto'o and Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Caught between this war of words, a heartbroken Toure made a personal decision. He announced his retirement from international football. In a heartfelt statement, he explained that after 14 years at the highest level, it was time to step back. Would Toure ever don the City jersey again under Pep, or was this really the final chapter in their rocky relationship? It was announced on May 4, 2018 that Toure would leave Manchester City at the end of the 2017-2018 season. But Toure didn't leave Manchester City quietly. He went out with a bang, and his words were as sharp as a well-placed free kick. After 8 seasons, 319 matches, 3 Premier League titles and 1 FA Cup win, Toure accused Pep Guardiola of humiliating him during his final season at City. In an interview with France Football magazine, Toure didn't hold back. He claimed that Pep humiliated him because he was looking for revenge. He described Pep as very rigid and manipulative, stating that many players detested him because of his mind games and vanity. According to Toure, Pep's obsession was winning with his chosen players, not those he inherited. Touré's frustration was visible as he recounted how Pep tried to calm him by suggesting he view his time on the bench as experience for a future coaching role. But Touré wasn't interested in coaching, he wanted to play football, feeling he still had much to offer on the pitch. Touré also accused Pep Guardiola of racism. He claimed that Pep didn't like African players and suggested that his lack of playing time was due to something more sinister than just tactical decisions. Touré boldly stated that Pep's too intelligent to be caught. Touré's allegations are part of a broader conversation about racism in football. He pointed out that he wasn't the first to notice these issues. During his time at Barcelona, other African players had similar experiences. He even referenced how one such player, Wilfried Bony, was abruptly pushed out of City, raising more questions about Pep's treatment of African players. Now, let's switch gears and look at things from Pep Guardiola's perspective. Amidst all the drama with Touré, there's another twist that's as intriguing as it gets. Remember back in 2018 when Touré was benched during the Champions League? In response, his agent Dimitri Seluk claimed that African shamans had cursed Pep, saying he wouldn't win the Champions League. This so-called Toure curse has been a hot topic ever since. Fast forward to May 2022. Manchester City faced Real Madrid in the Champions League semi-finals. They had a solid 4-3 lead from the first leg and things were looking good. Riyad Mahrez even opened the scoring in the second leg. But then, in a dramatic turn of events, Real Madrid's Rodrigo scored twice and Karim Benzema sealed the deal with a penalty in extra time. City was out, losing 6-5 on aggregate. Fans were quick to jump on social media, pointing fingers at the Toure curse. Could it be real? Was he really under a spell because of how things ended with Touré? From Pep's side, he's had to deal with these accusations and the pressure of delivering the Champions League trophy. Despite his immense success in domestic leagues, the Champions League has been his white whale at City. And every time City falls short, the whispers about the curse get louder. In the end, the Pep Guardiola and Yaya Toure saga is a captivating tale of football's highs and lows, marked by fierce rivalries and intense drama. As Pep chases European glory and Yaya takes on new challenges, their story remains unforgettable. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more gripping football drama and behind-the-scenes stories.